Hey guys, Jason Scudellari from CPP, and behind me is a Tri-Five Chevrolet. And today I'm going to walk you through how to install our high clearance sway bar. Also going to show you the features and benefits of that bar, so let's get started. Alrighty, let's see what we got. So there's such a wide range of the way Tri-Fives are being built, from lowriders to customs to restorations that are all stock to pro touring cars. Well, CPP does cater to all those, but we're going to talk about their high clearance sway bar, and this is more for that modern, new build, new suspension, the guy that wants to put on that wider tire. This is going to allow for all that with these blades, the way they're bent, the way that they're flat. Another thing I've noticed when I pulled this out of the box was how light it was, much lighter than your conventional bar. The kit comes complete with everything you're gonna need to install it to your car, from the billet mounts, the bushings, all the hardware. One thing I like about this, it has your bushings on one end and a rod end on the other. It's gonna give you a little bit more performance for those turns. So that being said, let's get this bar onto that car. All right, so we're gonna start off by installing the end links first. We're gonna leave everything loose until the end. The end links installed, we're gonna go ahead and bolt the bar up next. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead now and tighten up our end links and our rod end. Okay. Next step, we're gonna install the bushings. And as you can see, the bushings have these little cups in there. And what that does is when you grease these, the grease gets trapped in those cups instead of squirting out when you tighten everything up. So our next step would be to put the billet mount on, mark the frame, drill it out, but to do that properly, we're gonna need to get the car at ride height. I like to use builder blocks. That way it keeps the car up off the ground, a little easier to work on. All right, with the car at ride height, now it's time to put the brackets on, raise the sway bar to the frame, and mark it for drilling. So we're bringing the bar up and the bracket. One thing you gotta be careful of is this frame comes through here. You wanna make sure you avoid the area that you're gonna drill for your bolt. So what I do is I go to the edge, and that seems to give me plenty of room, and then I'll go ahead and mark. All right, and we'll do the same on the other side. All right, I'm gonna start with the smaller drill bit, that way I'm not killing myself going straight in with a 3/8. So the kit comes with these spacers, and the spacers just so that the bar doesn't interfere with the bumper bracket here. So before I tighten these up, I want to make sure that my bracket is centered on the bolts, and then we can go ahead and tighten it up. All right, now that I've gotten all the brackets tightened up, all that's left is to grease them, drop the car on the ground, get it out on the road. There you go. All right. About an hour to install the sway bar, and the fun begins. I'm out driving the car. A couple key factors of the sway bar itself: narrower, wider tire, lighter, looks pretty cool, but most of all, we've really gotten rid of a lot of that sway, so the performance of the car feels much better. So maybe it's time to get the car out on an autocross track, but for now we're going to just enjoy the streets. So if you're looking for some CPP parts, check out classicperform.com.